So I want to talk about this. We actually talked about it a little bit in the Slot One Super podcast earlier, but I decided I still wanted to make my own video. There's not really too much else to talk about in reality, but this is just, I guess, it's another 6LRs video, right? But I think a lot of people misunderstands like why 6LRs is actually a pro rather than a con. And I just want to kind of address, I think, a lot of the misunderstanding or misinformation that is, like, I think, popular in the community about it. And just make it into this video today. So I think first and foremost, I understand why people want 4LRs. It is less LRs that you technically want to go ahead and get. If you get like a Goku Black Rift summoning for, let's say during the anniversary, you're summoning for Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you got a Goku Black Rift and then you get Blue Evolution Vegeta. Happened to a lot of people. I've had many summons where I got Blue Evolution instead of Super Saiyan 4. And when you think of it in that way, it's like, well, it's very annoying. I don't want too many characters. I don't want anything potentially being taken away from the kits and stuff like that. But I'm here to say that a lot of it is actually unfounded, and a lot of that is actually not even true or would end up being a different result than what people are thinking. Now, I do have this image up here of all 6 Daima characters having LRs. We'll talk about this a little bit more later, but I think that, again, this is kind of funny because people hate full Daima as a theme. Like, a lot of people are complaining about, oh, full Daima as a theme, it wouldn't make sense, it wouldn't be that great. And then 6LRs, a lot of people are hitting the idea of 6LRs. I don't think Global Dokkan Celebration is going to be 6LRs. I'm going in assuming it's going to be 4LRs. But I think that 6LRs would actually be ideal for the celebration because there's so much missing in Daima that I think really needs to be covered. And really think about it. If they wait to push Adult Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta for Daima all the way to the 11th anniversary, that means that they would wait a year to actually have the final Daima, like, big boys. Like, I think these two are the characters people are most looking forward to: Adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Waiting an entire year for them to be put into the game is, I think, just so crazy to me. At that point, it'd be like 5+ months every game would have them. Daima's like DLC pack for Sparking Zero, like next month probably, maybe in August, but like very soon we should have Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Daima. He's coming out in Divers. He's already out in Dragon Ball Legends. He's already out in Xenoverse 2. Like, all these games already have it. And you're saying, yeah, we should wait an extra 6 months plus if it's part 2 somehow to get this guy in the game. I think that's just crazy talk to me. I think they should get as much Daima in here as possible. Because, I mean, Daima hype is just not really that great. I think this guy is going to be the one thing that's like, yes, Daima big spot. People really want this character. So I think they should, if they're going to do a full Daima theme, I think they should just go all out. Super Saiyan 3 Mini Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Mini Goku, Vegeta, Goku, Goma. We have like Ku and Du as a tag character. In the future, we could still get like a, there's the fight where Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Ku, Du, they all were fighting against Goma. That could be a really cool card. We can get Tamagamis as like maybe an LR, like, or a card in the future. We could still get a lot of different points of Daima as separate cards. We can get like a transforming Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan 4. We can get a transforming Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan 4 adult. We can get a bunch of Goma cards, honestly. Like, there's a ton of things. We could even see like mini Goku that transforms into adult with the Dragon Balls, right? Tons of different effects that could potentially happen. I think, there's so much in Daima that could be represented in many different ways. We can get like a tag Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Du card in the future, a tag Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, an exchange, like many possibilities. So I'm not worried. Like, I think the biggest worry is like, are they gonna blow their load here and then like just have nothing for Daima? They could come up with things that they want to. Like, if they were like, yeah, we want to actually do some Daima here, right? I think that this is going to be just the big point where I think really Daima has to have a big push, which is why I think this would be cool. But then let's get into the topic of 6LRs in general. 6LRs would suck because it would take away from the animations, I think, is a big point, right? Where during the 10th anniversary, Blue Evolution Vegeta, for example, didn't have an active scope, right? I think that's obviously a big thing, but a lot of people are not really a fan of the animations that came out during the 10th anniversary. But what if I told you that's just a thing that happens in major LR celebrations? Like, a lot. People complain about the animations in many major ways. You may look at it now and you'd be like, oh yeah, Beast Gohan animation is really good, you know? On release, people complained about this guy's animations, right? I mean, I could probably bring up Beast Gohan. People didn't like Beast Gohan and his animations, right? We'll definitely pull up examples here. But like, I think people were not a fan of his 18 key super attack. Like, you know, I think they just felt that it was a little bit lazy. Honestly, people really like the ultra super attack with him and the unit super. I mean, with him and Piccolo. People really didn't like this shot here. Actually, I thought the shot was sick as hell, but people actually didn't even like this. People didn't really like the 12 key animation, which, I mean, it looks a little funky. Like, after this point, it looks like, you know, you could say like maybe a little bit silly in some like circumstances, but I think it's fine. I did like it. But there were people complaining about this guy's animations when he came out. Like, it was a thing that happened. Blue Goku and Vegeta, I don't even think we really need to even talk about this guy specifically, but of course Blue Goku and Vegeta were a character that a lot of people didn't like their animations. I mean, the intro was actually fine, but like, I do think that like their animations is actually like animations that I think were not really that great. Like, they're fine, but like, this is like a brand new Dokkan Fest LR. Like, these animations could have been way better, like especially at the point that we're in 2023. Like, we've had really good animations in the past, and I think that these ones, I think very fairly, people were not really fans of these guys' animations, right? And I don't think we have to talk too much. You know, Vegeta Blue's animations look nice, but like these guys, their base form animations, I say base form, but like the pre-fusion animations, not really that great. Sort of Hope Trunks was another character, again, that people didn't like his animations either. I think he has a lot of funky looks to him, but I think especially the finish skill animation just didn't really look the greatest, and like the ending wasn't really that great. Like, where is the finish skill here? Like, I think it looks nice leading up to it. Like, this shot looks cool, but then the ending specifically is just really not that great. Like, you see this looks fine, and then that is just like pathetic. It looks, the ending is so bad. But like, some of his actual animations, like, I don't think people really liked the 18 key that much, or even the 12 key. So this guy, actually, people didn't really like his 12 key animation. People didn't like his active skill animation. Like, it happens even with Tech Broly. On release, people were complaining about Tech Broly's animations, like his 12 key specifically. People didn't like the Int Broly's 18 key super attack animation. People were complaining about his kit as well. Like, this happens every celebration, dude. Like, even in the Broly celebration, like, people didn't like this super attack animation. There's always going to be points where people are going to be complaining about these animations. It's not that, oh, it's because of 6 LRs that now some of these animations aren't really that great. If you're going to make the argument for that, I really think the point is like, it's the fusions. Like, that's basically the issue, right? Because they put so much into the fusions. Personally, I think most of the animations during the 10th anniversary I did enjoy them, right? But like, this Goku, he has his 12 key, 18 key active skill. Vegeta has the tag intro, the 12 key, 18 key active skill. Vegito has his 18 key and active skill, right? Same thing with Gogeta, basically the same thing here. Gohan, intro, active skill, 12 key, 18 key. Frieza Goku. Frieza has 12 key, 18 key active skill. Goku has intro, 12 key, 18 key active skill. There's tons of animations just throughout all the cards. I think it's really, Goku has 12 key, 18 key active skill transformation. Like, he has the Great Ape active skill, he has the transformation, and then he has 12 key, 18 key. Blue Evolution Vegeta is kind of the one that was, I think, I would argue, it's probably just because we had 3 tag characters in one celebration. I think that's basically it. Where, you know, you could say, oh, it's because they had 6 LRs, but like, I think like a 6 LR format, if it's like this, where it's like, all of them are just like standalone, this would be like a tag character, but like, it wouldn't be nearly as big of a deal, honestly, like to have some bad animations, especially when it comes to Daima. They're definitely putting a lot of stock into these animations. I definitely think so. So I don't really think animations are an issue. Also, we know that animations seem like they're being made way more efficiently, right? Proton did say, you know, size animations increased because the really good ones don't have moving parts. Their slideshow of what happened in the anime, and the effects table basically is a flag for a video file, right? So they realized that even the slideshows are taking too much space, and they added another parameter here. Essentially, they're not rebuilding these assets like they used to. Like, you know, see like the cursed Dokkan assets, right? With like, you know, the Gohan without his head, or the bald Gohan, bald Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Instead, the assets are basically like pre-built, like actual like animation slideshows, right? And even Metrokosa, Metroska, my bad, I said that wrong. Kind of like said this as well. Someone who actually really studies them, pretty much did agree, right? You know, animations often may take a long time to load, Joe Broly, right? Because they're dealing with full resolution images, which often include complex effects like gradients, blurs, adjustments, etc. Obviously, we don't know the exact workflow, but like they're doing this process instead of like they're upgrading their animations, but it's easier for them to do that rather than building all the assets, right? So there's a difference going on, right? I did make this poll here. Who would you prefer as Part 1 LR? Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku. A lot of people did prefer, but 45% almost do prefer adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I think the intention with me in this poll is I'm like, okay, I think a lot of people were voting in the fact that they're like, oh yeah, an adult could be Part 2. But I should have made this as, would you want Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku here and then adult for anniversary? Because I think most people would vote no for that. Because a lot of people want adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku during this celebration. I think it would be still really good to me personally. Mini Super Saiyan 4 and Goma Part 1, and then Part 2 is like adult Super Saiyan 4, then maybe Vegeta, or maybe another character from Daima, right? I think that would be really exciting still, and I think it would be ideal for them to headline Part 1 with Super Saiyan 4 adult Goku, but at the end of the day, as long as he's going to be in the celebration, you know, Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku is still going to be pretty cool, I'd be fine with that personally. I still think though, it's like having 6 of these characters and just really just pushing Daima out, that is would be really ideal, just because we have very little time. We only have 3 Daima characters in the game besides the free-to-play characters: Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and then Glorio. Like, there's so much that we need from Daima, and I'm not sure if they're really gonna be spamming Daima like that, honestly. Like, it's just like the fact that they have dropped nothing since Super Saiyan 3 Mid and Vegeta, who came out in March, and now we're already going to be in July. Like, and then I would really doubt that they follow up a Daima Global Dokkan Celebration with another Daima Dokkan Fest, right? And especially if it's going to be something like, oh, only Daima is just Part 1, and the Part 2 is something else. It's just they're just taking so long. Like, all the other games have like all the other characters already, man. That's why I think like 6 LRs would be really ideal for like this Daima theme. But another thing I see people say is, again, we talked about this earlier, I don't want to summon for 2 LRs. Firstly, you don't need to get every character. I think people need to realize this is kind of goes hand in hand with FOMO and gacha games. You guys don't need to get every character all the time. It's not going to happen unless you spend money in this game, which you shouldn't. Like, unless you're like a bigger creator. I don't think people should be spending money in this game. Maybe like, you know, here and there if you really want to. It's, at the end of the day, it's your decision. But I like, no, do not. It's a very dangerous rabbit hole to get into. But when you're summoning for these characters and it's a banner like this, it is a direct upgrade compared to a banner like, okay, maybe not this specific banner because this has the discounts, but I mean like the featured banner listing. Like, look at the 10th year versus the 9th year, right? And maybe I could have also brought up the global, the worldwide celebration last year could be also be really good, like the Super Saiyan Gohan Carnival here. But okay, if you take a direct look at these banners specifically, right? They used to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 LRs, 1, 2, 3, 4 banner units. This was for worldwide last year. Anniversary last year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 LRs featured and 3 banner units. The change they made here is that they made a full LR featured banner, 3 LRs here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other characters, right? So they made the banner units into LRs, right? But the thing about this is, okay, let's say they take out Frieza here. This doesn't increase Gohan's rates. They take out Frieza, they put either another older Carnival LR, because Broly's gonna still be here, Gogeta's still gonna be here, Future Gohan will still be here. Like, they'll put, like, I don't know, Super Saiyan Trio or something like that, which is not the worst thing ever, right? You know, I guess. But, like, they could also very likely just put another Yellow Coin LR here, especially if they follow worldwide where it was like 4 banner units. Then it would be just another Yellow Coin LR that would be unfeatured, more likely than not, right? And in that case, it's a thing of, okay, it's a pre-existing LR in the slot instead of a brand new LR. And, you know, I think the thing is that people really underrated this character, but, like, this character is quite good, the Frieza Goku. And same with Blue Evolution. I think a lot of the Carnival LRs on the anniversary are massively downplayed. But even then, like, unless they put, like, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks in this banner, which there's no way they would have, it probably could have been something like Super Saiyan Trio. Maybe Bulma would have been on this banner, but, like, it would be an older character from a few years ago that is a downgrade from getting this Frieza. And then it's not a thing of, oh, I pulled Frieza 3 times, that could have been Gohan. If you take Frieza off the banner, that doesn't switch Gohan into Frieza's place. Frieza will get replaced by LR, EGL, Majin Vegeta, physical androids on this banner, something like that. That's who would replace Frieza. Like some older Yellow Coin LR, or like maybe a Carnival LR, but still an older Carnival LR. And that's what would happen. That rate where you would have gotten Frieza would be replaced by another character. So it is literally you, instead of getting another character that would be older, it's you getting Frieza. It's not, I would have gotten Gohan instead of Frieza, because Gohan, it's not like his rate would be increased by Frieza being gone. His rate will be the exact same. It is a 10 featured LR banner. This is a 10 featured unit banner. This is a 10 featured unit banner. They're all 10 featured unit banners. Divided between a 5% rate, that is a 0.5% rate. That's not going to change just because there's one less new LR that's brand new. It's going to be one older LR that replaces it. So that's, I think, another misconception where people think that, I genuinely see a lot of people say, oh man, I wish Frieza wasn't on this banner because I would have gotten Super Saiyan 2 Gohan instead. That Goku Black Rift you got for Frieza would have just been nothing. If you're gonna get Gohan off of Goku Black Rift, it would be the exact same if Frieza was on the banner or wasn't on the banner, because Gohan has the exact same rates. Gohan's rates wouldn't change. And I want to get that point across too, because that's something that a lot of people truly do misunderstand about this. It is just a better banner, and we see from this with how the animations, they're not always going to get everything perfect. Unfortunately, as much as we would love everything to be perfect, that's just not how things work out. And they are improving their animations, making it easier to make these animations. I think the only, again, downside is like Blue Evolution not having an active, but I think that's because of how much they put into all those separate LRs as well. I think that was a very ambitious 10th anniversary that did end up doing well. This would not take as much time for all these different characters and animations. It depends on how they do with it, but it's not really something that detracts from the characters too much. Proton we were talking about it, but it's like, probably doesn't take as much to make these animations as it used to, right? And that's probably why they also went with 6 LRs during the anniversary. It also doesn't take too long to make Dokkan character kits or test these characters out recently, especially if they, it depends on if they do actually test characters. It's a whole other thing. I feel like sometimes they don't even do that, but like, it doesn't take that long to make a character kit for Dokkan. I don't think just because they like, if you remove Frieza from the game, that doesn't mean, oh, you know, Gohan's gonna be suddenly twice as good as he should have been or something like some people think. No, that just, it doesn't really, like, that time that was removed from making Frieza would probably be put into the time slot for a future character, and they would still spend the same amount of time making that other character in general. Or maybe they would make like a new game mode or something, but in terms of this banner specifically, it's like just an extra LR there. That replaces a character that would probably have sucked, honestly. Like, would you rather have Frieza here or Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku in the banner, right? That's what the upgrade is. It's not, oh, would you rather have Gohan or Frieza? Like, that's not what the case was. So, just wanted to explain that. And yeah, Dokkan kits, I mean, you guys see I make concepts, and obviously it'll take them more from the devs point of view, but it doesn't take that much longer. Like, maybe they'll make a kit in like 2-3 days at best, test them out, they'll be like, yep, this is what we're aiming for, this is what we want. We'll do the math for the numbers and see, okay, this is what we want, we adjust things. I mean, that could be done in a day, and then they test a unit for like a day or two after, and then it's like, yeah, yep. And it's also literally like their job to do that. So it's not like, let's say you're sitting down and you have a 9 to 5, and then you're like, okay, I can finally sit down and I'm gonna make some Dokkan kit here, and then I'm gonna test this character out another day. It's their job. That's what they do in their 9 to 5. So, you know. Anyways, again, I'm not thinking 6LRs is coming for Daima. I just think that it would be cool, and I think that the 6LR format is massively overhated because it only gives positives, right? I even see people saying, oh, you know, like I saw an example, like, let's say this banner, right? I would want Super Saiyan 4 Mini Goku, but I don't want Ku, so if it was just Ku, I would be able to skip the banner. But I think, one, if they're going to choose to exclude an LR, they would probably exclude the lesser hype character rather than the more hype character. But let's say they would exclude Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku here. The stones you save from not saving on this banner will just be used for when he comes out. And the thing about that is then you're just summoning on a banner with him and 10 featured characters, except instead it's not going to have a brand new LR. Maybe a banner unit. But like, a brand new Carnival compared to a banner unit is a stark difference. Very much so. And then it wouldn't be on a banner level, potentially on the level of Tanabata or Worldwide, unless it came out during Anniversary. Yeah, so that's the thing about that. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Appreciate y'all for watching. And again, I think a lot of people don't like it. I honestly think that I would rather almost avoid, like, I would like 6LRs, but I think it would be better for me mentally if they just do 4LRs and there's no complaining. But we'll see. They could be very ambitious with it. I appreciate y'all for watching. So if you did, again, I said that like 3 times already. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.